It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Good afternoon, happy Saturday, and welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I am Alex Escobar here with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call with your questions at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. It is a bright, beautiful, sunny day. A lot of people out here at Milberger's for many reasons. Milberger's is having their big spring spectacular sale going on this week. Calvin had his Monarch and Milkweed class earlier today. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is here doing a blood drive. Also, the Lions Club is also holding free vision tests here as well. So there's a lot going on here at Milberger's, and y'all should come down and check it out. And if you have any questions while you're here, come up to the patio and have your questions answered by us. Mainly Mark and Calvin, not me.
Well, yeah, we'd love to have you. It's very easy to go on the air. You just hold a microphone. There's no criticism involved or painful experience. Just you ask the questions. Mm-hmm. It's lovely. We had some people that are kind of reticent about it the last couple of weekends. And it's not hard. You just come in, ask your question, and we'll try to answer.
Well, it's the article that was published in the Express News today is consistent with what is happening here at Milberger's. The zinnia selection is large, include Dreamland zinnias and also the Profusions.
Yeah, those are our two favorites. And then were there some others?
There may be.
There are a lot of zinnias out
those.
here.
Yeah, the orange and the yellow are two of my favorites on the Dreamland.
Yeah.
And then of course, the seeds, seed rack. If you want the big California Giants and the other one was the one with the one of my favorites.
I know. It's one of my favorites, but you did mention it in the article, so
okay.
Quickly look.
Mexican name, Spanish.
Yeah. Well, there's a Sahara one, but I like that one.
Yeah, that's a teeny little one, though.
Oh, well, you mentioned a cactus. Is there a cactus in here? Dreamland.
We'll have to check.
Yeah, but China. China. California.
I think there is a cactus, whether we have it here or not. I think so.
That's one that you had mentioned before, and a lot of people have come by and go, "Well, I really like the tall ones." That's California. And I like the really, really short one, and that's called Sahara. So,
and the monarchs and the other pollinators, including the hummingbirds, they're here. They like any of them.
Right. That's one of the reasons why Calvin and I love the zinnias. Is they're multi-purpose. They're an excellent nectar source, and they provide the seeds later on.
And cut flowers. Plus, they can take the heat.
Yeah.
Now, they're surprisingly, you think of them, if you look at them, you say, well, gosh, they must be very drought tolerant. They aren't that drought tolerant. They do require regular watering. They're not nearly as drought tolerant as moss roses or purslane or, of course, the vincas.
Vincas are excellent, drought tolerant.
Now, out in front of us are these hard-to-believe colorful geraniums.
Mm-hmm.
I think that must be that scarlet that we talked about.
Yeah. So but I think you and I had looked, and they're all the Fantasia series. I am inclined towards the red, the dark red. That was my father's favorite, and so I kind of like those. But there's whites, and there's a pink, a single pink on the end.
Oh, I see it.
And
Yes.
then these orange ones, which are very nice too.
That's orange. I was thinking that was the scarlet. Was that not the scarlet?
No, I'm thinking the scarlet is the darker one. So you got a little lighter red, and you got in amongst the red ones, you got some darker red ones in the back. But I call those orange.
There's the purslane and milk. The rose that we talked about. The purslanes are. The one issue with the purslanes are that and the moss roses, that their bloom period is not quite as long during the day. By the evening, they've decided to take a little rest. But some of the selections have different bloom period lengths of bloom period, so you can kind of pick and choose and see which ones suit you the best. Then begonias. I didn't notice any whoppers over there, but the smaller begonias, the 8-inch size, are
I picked
everywhere.
a few up. I went for the green leaves this year. I was looking for the red flowers, I'll be honest with you. And we have some bronze leaves, and they look very, very nice. But I opted for the green leaves this year.
What Mark's talking about is that there's basically 3 leaf colors and 3 bloom colors that are available. There's a lot of them to choose from here.
Yeah.
They may not all those colors may not be available.
As the great John Fanick, or maybe it was Eddie Fanick, once said, you can sell any flower in San Antonio as long as it's red.
Now, are those vincas over there? Are those white vincas?
I don't see them. We'll have to look.
Okay, they're kind of at an angle. You might.
I have some hanging baskets in front of my eyes. So. But that's another great one. As I mentioned, the vincas are fabulous.
And I brought up begonias. Begonias are on sale. They're regularly $179 in a 4-inch pot. They're on sale 6 for $10.
Really?
Really, really.
Oh, I might have to get some more.
Absolutely.
And pentas.
Another great flower for the summer.
And then
A wide variety of places. I think you and I have decided it, because if you get early morning sun or late afternoon sun, they'll tolerate both.
Yeah. And the late I have for several years planted the late afternoon, 2 hours, intense sun, and they just eat it up and prosper and bloom. And then on the other side of the house, they get about 3.5 hours, 4 hours of morning sun, and they put up with that too and do a very good job there. So, yeah, basically a shade plant, but does best when it gets a little dose of intense sun, or can tolerate a little dose of intense sun. And another all-star pollinator plant, according to a lot of gardeners, they're in the same league as zinnias. And I don't think there's as attractive to the pollinators as zinnias, but they're pretty attractive to the bees and the butterflies. And, well, even I've seen even the hummingbirds. So that's a good choice too. I don't suppose they're on sale, are they, Alex?
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah.
We have a long list of things on sale this week, but no, they are not on there.
What are some of those?
Some of those things are the marigolds,
Yeah.
regularly $179, on sale 6 for $10. We touched on the begonias. Aztec grass is on sale, regularly $8.99, on sale for $5.88. Big blue liriope, or
Yeah.
It's
how
correct
we
to
say
either
it.
or.
Good job.
Yeah.
So it's the liriope or lirio.
Liriope.
It depends on how
If
you
you're
say
from
it.
Minnesota, it's Lario.
Yeah. From Michigan, it's liriope.
starting at $8.99. They're on sale for $5.88.
Some Minnesotan's going to call and say, "You knucklehead, that isn't how we say it."
There's also dwarf Buford holly, regularly $24.99. They're on sale 2 for $40. The variegated ginger, regularly $34.99, on sale $28.88.
I've even seen. Are those tomatoes on sale?
Not that I've seen. Not that
Because
I
I've
saw.
seen quite a few gardeners with tomatoes, and the selection is still good over
It's
there.
still good, but as Calvin and I have mentioned, you got to get them now because your desired selections may be gone. So I was looking for my BHN. Nope. However, I picked up some Ruby Crushes. There are a few Ruby Crushes left, and I got a large cherry. So there's still the Pole Big, the Rodeo Tomato. We still have those. We have some Tycoon. We have some Amelia. We have some Red Deuce still there.
Are the snappers gone?
The snappers are gone. So, yeah, we still have
Good.
some
That means
Juliet.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
I already have eight tomatoes planted.
The desire is gone. So, but the point is, yeah, we still have some good tomatoes, and I think we've passed. I think we passed the freeze dates.
Well, but now I'm reflecting.
Knocking wood.
Yeah, mine certainly did show the symptom of the intense wind. The black, if you got black edges on your foliage.
Yeah.
36, and I didn't know it was 36 until Alex brought it up.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was 42, but with that 36, 37 degrees and those winds,
So I was going to say
they really did get
they
set
average
back.
about 30 to 50 mile an hour gusts, probably around 40 most of us. But that's some intense winds.
That probably reduces the speed of the growth, and also probably reduces the total production, because that's the whole idea of potting up, was to escape that kind of a wind and those temperatures. And if you did, they just would just be growing and growing. But if they sat in that cold air and in that wind, then they just didn't die, but they got set back a bit and showed some symptoms.
And you brought it before, it's mainly the wind that's more damaging to the vegetables rather than, I mean, the cold weather's bad, but when it comes to heavy winds, that's more detrimental? Or
I don't know if more, but it
doesn't help.
equally. It depends on your site, and depends on the temperatures, and depends on the state of your tomatoes, too, and the varieties. But, yeah, it certainly did. That weather we had certainly did affect my potted up tomatoes. I had made this. In fact, we had debated it here on the show, and when David was here, should we wait 2 more weeks or should we go ahead? Weather was forecast was going to be warm and no problem. In fact, I mentioned in the article that the forecast was mild, but one day of 36 degrees was, and those winds were enough to make produce that effect that we warned against.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But they'll hopefully they'll be able to produce something.
Yeah, get your tomatoes.
Yes. 308-8867. We have Mike on the line. Mike, how are we doing today?
I think all right. I'm looking for a Barbados cherry tree in what they call the Florida Sweet variety, and I haven't been able to find one yet.
You broke up a little bit, Mike. I heard cherry and a lime, so that's all I heard.
Barbados cherry is what he's looking for.
Barbados cherry, absolutely, yeah.
And he's just wondering where he could find them.
Well, I haven't asked whether or not we have it around here. We have it in the certified butterfly garden.
What is it?
The Barbados cherry.
Oh.
And this is something, it's a native plant, a native shrub that actually should be used more often. I'm glad you're looking around for it, but I'm not sure we have it here. During the break, we'll ask and around the staff, and they have it. So if we don't have it, then you can look at some of the other nurseries, specifically those that deal with native plants, and they may have it.
Well, but we'll make a point to catch one of the. Of course, the minute I say that, everybody disappears.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I noticed the same thing, and so I said we'll do it at the break. But what was your other question?
Well, it was the variety I'm looking for is called the Florida Sweet. It's not as tart as the other variety.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't
He's
catch
looking
the other
for
one again.
a certain variety, the Florida Sweet.
Florida Sweet, Barbados cherry. I didn't know they came in varieties. I just know the one from the valley. So.
Well, how did you get into the Barbados cherry?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen them. They sell a kind of them down around Poteet, but it's the real tart ones, and I want the sweet ones.
Oh.
I'll be darned. What do you use it for? Just eating the berries, or do you use it in recipes, or?
Well, you can make jelly out of them, or you can juice them, or you can just eat them straight off the tree.
And it's a tree. How large does the tree make?
Well, it depends. There's a dwarf that only gets about 4 foot tall, and then the standard ones I think get about 7 or 8 feet tall.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I've seen the 4, but
and I've seen it more in the valley as the larger ones. For us, we occasionally we'll get these freezes which nip them all the way down. But I don't know. Maybe somebody can call in and tell us. But I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of different varieties. I'm just so pleased that somebody was planting them. I think they're fabulous.
They're great
for different things, for wildlife, for shrub.
Why would they not be used a lot here? Are they cold sensitive? Or?
Yeah. What was just said, as the gentleman says, you'll see different sizes, and there is dwarf version, but a lot of times that standard version that comes from the valley is nipped back. So I saw they had a lot down at Mitchell Lake, and
see if she knows.
Well, we'll just ask this very important, knowledgeable person.
Yeah, I'll tell you the best way to keep them in the wintertime, if it's going to get cold, is take a plastic trash can, a big full-size plastic trash can, and just put it upside down on them.
I would agree.
It's got to be a big can.
Yeah, it has to be a big. It's your standard. What do you think of a trash can? Your big round one. And
so Susan go to the look.
Yeah, she's going to go look.
Okay. And she was optimistic that we might have some.
Yeah. I'm glad when they're optimistic because I hate to be wrong. on the radio, which
that must be
often
bad. That must be
am.
depressing. He's so wrong so often that.
I'm
With a
often,
big smile
I'm
on
wrong
his face.
often. But anyway, she's going to bring out the tag, so maybe we'll have that on the tag. But that's the reason, Calvin, is we're kind of on the northern extremes of it. And it's an excellent wildlife food.
Yeah, I've heard it.
excellent.
I heard it mentioned quite often, but I think I planted it 10 or 12 years ago, but I don't think it survived.
Relatively drought tolerant, relatively, but
You have a
it's
question?
neat. And the little freezes nip it back all the time. So,
Do you have a question? Okay.
well,
You want to come on the
I was
radio?
gonna say we still have somebody on the radio right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do?
Yeah. Anyway, that's your question. I don't know if she'll be back, but
There she is,
coming up
right
right
there.
now.
Okay. Do you have a tag?
Moment of truth.
Do you have a tag or no? There was no tag. All right, there we go. We have the dwarf, and they're in 2 gallons. They're $29.99, and so that is. They're not broken out. They were just broken out by size. So the dwarf and the standard, and we don't have any of the standard. We just have the dwarf.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very
Okay.
welcome.
Good
That's a great
information.
question.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike.
We lost our other person.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We have Lloyd on the line. Lloyd, thank you for holding. How are we doing?
Hey, pretty good. I got a question about a peach tree. I have a red-skin peach tree that's, got buds all over it, but no leaves, no blooms. Is there a way I could tell which buds are going to be leaves and which ones are going to be blooms, or is that a dumb question?
You saying you have bugs all over them, insects all over them, and you don't have any leaves? Is that what I heard you say?
Today we do not. Yeah, but there's a lot of buds. Like I'm west of Kerrville, northwest
Could be,
of Kerrville.
There's a lot of buds.
Oh, a lot of buds. Oh, I thought you said bugs.
Oh, yeah. No, they're all that way. Well, a lot of them are. Mine are, at least. Right now, they're just. They were affected by the cold. They wanted to start. The figs wanted to start growing quickly a month ago or 6 weeks ago, but then that cold that we were subjected to kind of slowed them down. But they'll come. Yeah, they're going to come fast now in this hot weather. And if you can just give them a dose of water, I think a one-time generous watering will really make them respond.
Okay, well, last year, and I didn't watch it real close, but we did not. I never saw any blooms on it, and of course, it didn't make any fruit. But it did leaf out real good. So I'm wondering this year.
It's
the
not
buds
in the
are on
shade,
there.
is it?
Oh no, and it has produced in the past, but it's
Okay.
a red skin, and it may require a little more chill hours than we normally get.
Well, and then between the drought and the heat, our weather, it's really been erratic. It's been hard to predict, even with figs. Figs are one of the most reliable fruits that we have, but then some of the selections did, if they took a chance and started the bloom early, and then got hit by the freeze like last year for sure, then it did some selections. It did cost them the year's fruiting.
Wait a minute. Are we doing figs or are we doing peaches? I forgot.
Figs.
Figs. Is that right?
No,
Peaches.
peaches. Red-skin peaches.
Peaches.
Peaches? Oh, well,
Yeah.
peaches are
Red-skin
even more.
peaches.
Yeah. His advice is still the same, but you had lots of buds on them, but you don't know if you're going to have any fruit.
But no blooms?
Yeah, I don't. Is there a difference between the bud that produces a bloom? Maybe I don't understand it. And the bud that produces a leaf.
Yeah, you want to describe that real quickly and short?
Well,
Yeah.
each of the peaches is different depending on its chill and when it normally blooms. But most of them, the blooms come out of buds before their leaf buds even show up. So you would have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'd have that those bloom buds show up. Then you'd have some colorful flowers, and then set some fruit, and then you'd have the leaves. Now, if you haven't been able to give them any water,
Yeah, it's been watered some.
Okay, good.
Not
Because the peaches are even more
it's been watered
sensitive
some.
than the figs.
Yeah.
So in general,
Hey.
a big rule of thumb.
Look at that monarch.
It's
Sorry.
the first of the year. Rule of thumb: these apples, pears, peaches, they're all members of the rose family, and they're a little different each one, but they have both regular branches and little spurs, little short branches, very tiny.
Yeah.
So that's the spurs are where they're going to produce the fruit, the flowers.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know there's a lot of spurs, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you look at it carefully, that's where on the little spurs. So different species have different sizes, and it's a little different anatomical. Help me anatomically. And there we go, anatomically. But they're all about the same.
But there's a lot of the peaches are much more widespread bloom area than some of the others.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, that takes care of me.
Keep us informed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think Calvin's right. A good dose of water. Good heavy dose. Like a rainfall, like a couple of days of rain. That type of thing.
All right.
I'll
Talk
give
to you
that
later.
point.
Thanks.
Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you so much. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Give us a call with your questions. And we talked briefly about what's been on sale this week. Let's continue on. I just got information that the Boston Ferns, they are sold out. We do not have any Boston Ferns here.
Oh, Boston Fern.
What we do have is some tropical hibiscus on sale starting at $29.99.
How about roses? Some of the roses, too.
We do have some roses.
It looks like they have a big shipment of roses that just came in.
For sale, we have
They're
the
outstanding.
getting there. The hybrid tea roses are on sale. I don't have a price in front of me, but it does say that they are on sale.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't have a price. I just noticed it. I have the hard copy from the newspaper, and it didn't have it on there. We'll have to yell at somebody.
So what's the significance of these hybrids, or what is
Hybrid tea?
Hybrid tea.
Yeah, they're the ones that require the most care. There's a wide range but we quite often Mark and I talk mostly about the tough modern roses and the old-fashioned roses, which are much more tolerant of conditions and don't require as much attention. And quite often their blooms are not as fancy. So the hybrid teas are usually the newest selections, and they have the fanciest blooms, and they get described as the floral kind of plants. And boy, that's where you see the the color, the red, the yellow, the pink, every color you can think of, and covered with those fancy florist-type blooms. So you're saying they're here now, huh?
They are here, yes.
Yeah, I moseyed on over before the show, and they've had a lot of color going on that. We still do have some of the tough modern roses that you and I like over there. Some Martha Gonzalez, some Mutabilis, and some other ones I didn't check too closely. But these hybrid teas are really beautiful, but they do have to have a little work with them, a little maintenance. Yeah,
they're pruning on a regular schedule, and quite often they benefit with insecticide care.
Mm-hmm. Fungicide.
Yeah.
They definitely need to be in full sun.
And
roses need to be in full sun anyway, but yeah, definitely.
And hybrid teas generally do require a regular watering program. It's not like our tough modern roses that, well, if that's all the water you're going to give me, that's all the blooms you're going to get, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had.
I know we had a caller about peach trees, and other fruit trees. They are on sale as well.
Yeah.
Regularly $49.99, on sale 2 for $80.
Do we know the name of the selections?
Yeah, I went and looked. I don't know if they have it in the article, but this morning I looked just in case, and we have some La Feliciana, and we have a Tex Prince, and we have 2 June Golds.
Oh, I'll be darned.
So that's one that was recommended a few years ago before.
A few years ago when I first planted my peach orchard, June Gold was and it was the one that I just had 2 varieties, Spring Gold and June Gold, and the June Gold was the one that produced the most and made the most money.
Mm-hmm. So so I saw that and I said, I'll have to remember that. But we have a couple others, but those are the 2 we recommend.
Yeah, the La Feliciana would be the one that is relatively high quality and drought tolerant. And a month, we didn't see any of the low chills, huh?
They just had a Tex Prince, which is sort of low.
Yeah.
It's in the moderate range. But So as far as peaches are concerned, we have the recommended varieties right here. We don't have any June Florida King, but we have some of the other really good ones.
Yes, we have peaches, we have pear trees, we have plum trees, apples, and figs, all available here at Millburgers. One that I saw that I feel like we haven't talked about, pomegranate trees.
Oh, yeah.
And they're starting at $49.99.
That was the last one on the list.
Yes.
So.
But it's not the last one we're talking about because we also have citrus trees on sale.
Oh, we do?
We do.
Excellent.
Citrus trees, if I can find it.
I have not looked at our varieties here, but Millburgers is very good about getting the recommended varieties of citrus for our area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder if that's because you and I stomp our feet and pout if we don't get the recommended variety.
All right, we're having one of the staff members rapidly come in, and he's going to mark up my newspaper. He's finding I'm stalling. I'm stalling. What are you doing? That no, it's just that one page. That's why I just have that one page. That's done it. Okay.
Everything looks good. All righty.
He's going to chide me at the end of the break.
Oh, boy. Well, we're going to
Once again, I'm wrong.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll find out what we're wrong about once we go to break. 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back.
And then when we come back, we'll talk about the classes that are still available.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We have David on the line. David, how are we doing today?
David, are you there?
Oh, we lost David. Sorry about that. But yes.
Well, then let's mention we just finished the first Monarch and Milkweed class here at Millburgers, and we had a wonderful full class, and a lot of good questions. But we do have three more regular classes scheduled, and the first one is next Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Education Resource Center. Still have 10 seats available, and that to call and reserve a seat, you call 210-382-4455. 210-382-4455, and that's at the Education Resource Center on the 28th of March. And keep in mind that we'll give a seated container with milkweed varieties, plus some stratified seed. Actually, it's the first time we're doing that, stratified seed, so that you can plant directly in your garden or in a big container if you wanted to on the milkweed. And then second class is available in Floresville, and that is at 9:30 a.m. No, I'm sorry. That is at 6 p.m.
That's on a Thursday, class.
Yeah, on Thursday, 6 p.m. on April 26th. And that's at the Classroom 10 at the AgriLife Extension Office in Floresville. And call, if you want to reserve a spot there, call 830-299-0069. Do I have the right number on that?
I think you do.
Okay. So 830-299-0069, and that's for the class in Floresville at the classroom number 10. And then the class that we finish with is in New Braunfels on May 2nd. And that is the one that's at 9:30 a.m. And that's on the Saturday, May 2nd. And it's the first class in their a series. They have a big gardening festival every year, and we generally start at the beginning, and we have the Monarch and Milkweed class. And so to reserve that spot, go ahead and call 830-620-3440. And there, that's actually the Extension Service office. And so you might have to leave a message on the weekend, but they'll get you signed up. So that class is available. You know, we're doing something a little different. We're gonna go ahead and teach a class to the Chavano Park Youth Award-winning. They have their big award-winning program in April, and part of it we're going to try to. The mayor and the school has made it. Agreed to let us try to convince the fifth graders to get excited about the monarchs and take some try to plant some seed and do a report, data collection report. They'll get the choice of either mailing the results to me or to sending it by computer. I think a lot of the fifth graders probably want to send it by computer.
They probably don't even know what mail is.
Well, we're giving them a self-addressed envelope.
Okay.
and so they get that choice. But hopefully they'll get excited. These are youth that have won awards in art and music and math and all kinds of topics, and so that should be pretty exciting to see what happens there. And that's the classes, and that's reported. If you want more information about those classes, they're in the Express News article today's San Antonio Express News.
Tell me, what were some of the questions that were asked today that you can remember?
Okay. Yes, they were asked which seed varieties, milkweed, were germinated the best.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and in this case, this spring, showy, antelope horn, butterfly weed,
Oh, okay.
and tropical.
Yeah, so it's always tropical, but
Yeah.
I always want to say what are
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
native ones as well.
Yeah, let's see, the showy, green, kind of mediocre germination. The one that really didn't perform well in terms of germination was the swamp, which is the same thing we saw last spring. But in the fall, the swamp really responded. Hey, gentlemen, how are you
there.
doing?
Doing good. You want to go ahead and grab the mic? We have.
Are you ready for us, Sam?
Yes, sir.
I'm Sam Pantusa.
Yeah, absolutely, Sam.
And
Who are we
I'm going
part
to let
of?
this guy introduce himself here in just a minute. But we're with the Lions Club,
Alrighty.
and especially with the Lions Site Research Foundation, and we're inviting everybody to still come out. We'll be out here a couple more hours doing free vision screening, especially for children, but we check out adults as well. And it's good to be with you guys again.
Good to see ya.
I was looking for Milton, but I guess he's off doing
I'm glad
something
that you got a young
more fun,
person
right?
there instead of just all
us old
these old people there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a tough deal, right? But this young man is actually a med student. And over the last year, we've had the good fortune to invite med students that are out at UT Health to work with us. And now we have a group out there that are the Med Students Lions Club. So, Benjamin, how about introduce yourself and tell them what you do?
Sure. Hello, everybody. So, yeah, my name is Benjamin Mujica. I am a second-year medical student here over at UT Health, Long School of Medicine, and I am an aspiring ophthalmologist. I think I've become pretty set on pursuing ophthalmology. I do really like it. So,
What is that topic?
Yeah, I know. What is that? Ophthalmology.
Ophthalm-
I know what it is, but tell that.
Yeah. So, ophthalmology.
I don't know what it is.
Ophthalmology is the medical specialization of
Has something to do with
eyes.
glasses? Yeah.
With the eyes.
With the
yeah.
eyes in particular.
Now, a good question is, what's the difference between ophthalmology and optometry? I think a lot of people confuse the two. That's a whole discussion by itself. But I would say, in a few words, ophthalmologists are eye surgeons, optometrists, eye doctors. There's a lot of overlap.
Okay.
But anyways.
But a lot of people confuse the two, so it's good that you explain that.
Yeah, definitely. But as a medical student, trying to get involved in activities that, are beneficial for me, for students, for our careers, but also opportunities where we can engage with the community, with our community, with people who are in need, because, as medical students, we're stuck in a room studying all day, right? So it is nice, especially the first 2 years, to get some interaction with, the community and whatnot. So the Lions Club has been a great platform to do that. And I got involved with the mobile eye screening unit, where we go in the community and provide free screenings. I am the president of the student organization that's associated with that.
So what are you doing with the Milberger's customers?
This is just one of our many events. So every week we go to different places. our manager, Lion Chris Lloyd. He's going around the city all the time. In fact, around the entire South Texas region, providing these free screenings, vision screenings, and it's very rewarding and gratifying when we find people that need, clearly they need help.
Are you finding young people here at Millburgers that need the attention?
Thankfully, today everybody has passed all our screening, so everybody was good. But yeah, we have screened a good amount of people, kids here at Millburgers. But yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So if they were coming here to look for plants, they could bring the youngsters with them and get the eye test.
That's very good that everyone passed today. And Sam has related stories to us in the past that we've caught some individuals and provided long-term care from the original Lions screening that we have here.
Yeah, well, Mark needs some attention.
I need lots of attention, but no, I'm
too bad y'all couldn't see that. But anyway,
I took my glasses off.
I wanted to expand a little bit on the fact that this partnership we have with UT Health. I've talked to you. I mentioned it before that we have facilities out there that are staffed by the professionals there that have the Lions name on them. One in particular is called the Lions Low Vision Center. Yes. Okay. And it is there to help people that have vision problems that can't be corrected. And usually, at this point in time, somebody says, well, can you tell us about a particular case? And I wanted to make sure that I had a chance to do this today because over the last year, we had a little girl who's in fourth grade now. She was born premature, and so along with vision issues, she had some developmental issues as well. And unfortunately for her, she ended up having to be taken from her parents, actually. And so Grandma and Grandpa took over to help raise the little girl. And at one point in time there, she had an opportunity to learn about the Low Vision Center, and she came to us. And the unique thing about our center is that we have an occupational therapist there who has a specialty in low vision. And after working with this little girl, she realized that she had developed her own way of actually learning. And you can only do that when you actually work with them for a while. And because of that, it became apparent that an iPad would be a great thing for her to be able to use because that technology allows for all kinds of ways of looking and reading and so forth. And so as it turned out, she is doing really, really well. Now, Grandma and Grandpa didn't have the means to get the iPad, so that's where we step in. The Lions Club does that. So that's just one of the examples of what's going on.
Well, tell us, too, about the thing that I always like is the collecting the glasses and that folks don't need.
Yes, every Lions Club collects used eyeglasses. And going back to the reason that happened, it's very much like what lots of things have occurred because of a particular passion in individual Lions to serve in a particular way. And we had Lions from the Midland, Texas area that wanted to go on vision mission trips to Central America, but they never had enough glasses to distribute. So they developed a recycling program, and today, when we're going full bloom, they recycle about 2 million pair a year.
Wow.
And so here, even at Millburgers, we have a collection box over here, and we like business partners like Millburgers that helps us do that. And so we collected another big bag of them here when we came out this morning. So last thing I want to tell you about is it's time for kids that are candidates for our Texas Lions Camp. We take disabled and diabetic kids, especially kids who have recently been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And all they have to do is find a Lion and sign up or go online to Texas Lions Camp, and they'll see how they can come to camp at no cost to the families. So
how do people join Lions?
Pardon me?
What does it take for somebody to get involved in this good cause?
We got 10 seconds.
All they have to do is go online, look up Lions Clubs International, and they'll take you to a club that you can be a part of.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you, guys.
Take a quick break.
And
we'll be right back.
Good to see you again, Sam.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Just wanted to thank Sam and the Lions Club for giving us that information. Again, they are doing their free vision tests here at Milberger's for the next couple of hours. As well, the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center, they're also doing their Milberger's blood drive as well, and walk-ins and appointments are welcome. And Milberger's will have a $10 gift certificate to everyone offering to donate. That gift certificate is for here at Milberger's.
Great. I mean, all you have to do is apply, and
Yes.
if you do get, for some reason they aren't able to take your blood, you still get the gift certificate. Gosh, and there's lots of things to use it on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know we talked about a few of them. I know Mark is the one that usually gives the information about the rebates, but I know a lot of the trees here available at Milberger's goes to that CPS shade tree rebate, correct?
Yeah, and in the article today, we have a topic that I wanted Mark to comment on. It mentions the CPS rebate, but it also reminds folks that if you've got lots of oaks in your neighborhood and you're considering more shade trees, you need more shade trees, but you're a little nervous about oak wilt, that is really not an issue that is not important. It is important. It's a good thought to consider. If your neighborhood is dominated by oaks, then you may want to consider picking a shade tree, and there are a lot of choices here at Milberger's that is not an oak and not susceptible to oak wilt.
Absolutely. There's several neighborhoods around town that are dominated by oaks and do have oak wilt. So we want to both mitigate the trees that are lost and also those areas that do not have oak wilt kind of plan for the future. So we want these non-oak susceptible, or let's put it this way. Let's do non-oaks, our cedar elm, our Mexican sycamore, Montezuma cypress in certain locales, Anaqua, that's one of Calvin and I's favorite. But also we have white oaks, members of the white oak group. Now, white oaks are resistant to the disease, not immune, resistant. And those would include Mexican white oak, chinkapin oak, lacy oak, and in certain areas, bur oak. And when I say certain areas, bur oaks like to have deep soils, clay soils. So think of the east side of Bexar County on that.
I've got a bur oak that's hanging on. It took it like 10 years before it started growing the fast growth rate. I don't have much soil. But now it's doing fine. It finally had a acorn last year.
That's one of the factors with regards to bur oak. Bur oaks were famous for their intrusion into the Great Plains. They were the one species that would grow along rivers and into the Great Plains from the eastern forests. And one of the reasons why is they took a long time to develop their root system. And once they did, they could survive droughts and fire. They have very thick bark. And so that would occur, these droughts would occur, fire would occur, and they were able to survive, and then they continued to grow. But that was the characteristics. They took a very long time. We used to say
they've got a mind of their own.
Yeah, they got a mind of their own.
They made, if there's not a lot of rain, they may decide to drop their leaves early.
Correct.
And some years they don't have much for acorns, but when they have acorns, those big, huge acorns, wow.
Somebody had chided me, and I said, "Oh, this is a great place for big bur oak." And they went, "You do know, all the teachers park their cars in this area." I went, "Oh yeah, maybe a bur oak wouldn't be such a good idea in this area." They are golf ball size, and they sound like golf balls on your car.
How do they? How do wildlife? Acorns are so important to wildlife. How do wildlife adjust to bur oak acorns? Do they utilize them?
Yeah, they chew on them, so or grind them down, or so. So we're looking more like animals like squirrels that can gnaw on them for a while, or maybe hogs or javelinas that can actually break them. So something big, not your everyday possum or robin,
or even the deer must have trouble.
Or even the deer, yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising how many acorns the deer eat. But I think they have trouble with the bur oak.
So anyway, to wrap that up, we have lots of the permitted CPS energy, green shade, rebate trees here, and strongly encourage you to. Oh yes!
Come on,
not going to hurt you.
It's not too bad. Come on down.
It's not going to hurt you.
It looks like a topic too that everybody would.
Yeah, I know. It's something that everybody loves. That's why I really want to talk about it.
I was wondering if y'all might know what this is. I made the mistake of mowing my neighbor's yard for him, and this is covering his whole backyard.
Oh,
and it's a vine of
Yeah.
some type, and I transplanted it by mistake, from my mower. And I'm just wondering, is it a dicot? And how do I kill it?
Is it this?
Cat's claw?
Yeah. Is that what it is? That's what I'm wondering.
yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So my view is, yes, kill it and kill it often.
It's just starting to emerge, so that's why I wanted to come out and see what I could.
Now, I am plagued by it. It grows over the top of the buildings, over into the trees, and across the lawn. It just like shoots across there. One of the things I've found is that where I get vengeance on it sometimes. It covers my fences, but I can apply a
glyphosate. Yeah,
not glyphosate. I haven't had good luck with glyphosate, but the other one that's in the cut vine and stump killer.
So triclopyr is the active ingredient on that. Yeah.
What is it? I'm sorry. Stump.
The active ingredient Mark cited, but we're trying to think of what the product is that you have to be careful with it because it'll penetrate like bark of the trees and everything, but it also takes really penetrates these the vines.
Yeah.
Well, it's killed what little grass I had left, so I don't have to worry about the grass. I just wanted to get rid of that before it did any more damage or got like his backyard.
Yeah. So, there's places around town where you can see it really actually killing trees. Down in Almas Park, in the green area by the dam.
Yes, sir.
If you drive along that, and you'll see it now, as Kevin mentioned, it's starting to grow. And you see it covering whole trees.
You definitely want to cut the stems that are moving, that are growing up your trees.
Yeah.
And any stems that are obvious that are growing on your buildings. It gets harder to control it when it's on a fence or in the lawn because the stems are so small. But if you have any herbicide The glyphosate may work, but the other one is the triclopyr. I'm trying to think of what the product is.
Well, the forestry product is called Garlon, but I can't think. Velpar?
Huh?
Velpar? Is that it?
No.
Okay. But anyway, so
my old age is cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you
Mark
cut,
is much older than I am, so I don't understand why he can. Of course, he can't remember either. So.
No.
I can't remember now either of things.
Yeah, when you cut everything, if you can get some of this cut vine and some that's the new name, right? Cut vine, yeah. And it's really neat. It's an applicator, and you just put a couple of drops down on it on each one.
On the stem.
On the stem.
Okay.
It'll travel. But the other thing is the same active ingredient is a herbicide that operates a lot like Roundup used to, and you can if you got it on the covering a fence or a building, you can spray that product on that vine, and it generally does not go beyond the vine, but it penetrates the stems that are on the fence.
Right.
And it really works well. It takes it out.
So far, I just have it in the grass.
Yeah.
It doesn't start going up the trees, so that's.
But
I'm
it's
lucky
like Calvin
there.
said, it will actually grow across the yard, and so that when you said that, I knew you were just cutting it and everything like that.
That might be the cut vine and stump killer is inexpensive, and if you don't have a lot of it, you might want to do that. Just cut some of them and then just take and touch
just the cut end of that and do it. So you can ask the staff around here, and it's in that second building there.
I think it used to be $10 for a small bottle that lasted forever.
Would last you a whole year or more. You know, it's literally a couple dabs.
Okay.
Will do you.
That's great. Thank you. Cuts vine and stump vine.
I think they just call it stump and vine killer.
Yeah. They took they changed the words and took one of them out. So that's why we have a hard time with it. I always carry a bottle with it with my vehicle all the time. I think it's one of the best things in the world.
Okay. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
No, it's a great question. That's why I wanted to get you on the air. Now, what?
Thank you very much.
Watch your head. And that wasn't hard, was it? No, not very painful at all. So you know what? I want everybody to come up here and do that.
Thank you, ma'am. 210-308-8867.
I know, that was great. So, cat cough. So you couldn't see it, but I was like, when she came up and was, describing what this is, I was making my hands like a cat, going, yeah, that's probably what it is. It's unique. It's a kind of a parallel little leaves that parallel each other, and in certain places in town, it's escaped. It's not a native. It's a non-native, and it has escaped, and it is invasive. And you see it in some parts of town, just covering all the live oaks, killing them.
Yeah. Now,
or any tree, actually.
The winter weeds hadn't had much action until if you were in a neighborhood that now got some serious rain, then they're up. Bed straw is one of those.
Exactly. I saw a bunch. I was going to bring it in to help Alex. This is the stuff. Throw it out.
Yeah, the bed straw is, if you've got a rake, is one of the most satisfying weed control efforts. You just take and rake that bed straw, and it can be covering 200 square feet. But then if you rake it and pull it apart, you'll end up with a little bundle about 2 square feet of bundle there, and you can just toss it into the compost pile, or if you prefer, in the garbage. But that you can get, it's especially susceptible right now. Some of the other, I think the henbit started to come up, and some of the grasses, if you, especially if you're by the vegetable garden or the flower garden where there's been some water applied, then you probably got some rescue grass or some annual bluegrass that's come up too. That one of the, if it's in the lawn, you might want, at the very least, just keep it mowed.
Right.
The winter weeds mowed, and they look good, and it's easier than to apply all those. Have to apply a lot of herbicides to it.
Those two look really good. Those two will go away in 60 days, 45 to 60 days. So don't worry about them. So some people want to apply weed killer to them. I'm like, yeah, why? They're green. Mow them. They look nice.
It's really another satisfying weed to pull is that rescue grass. And the compost pile really appreciates that. The green stems and the roots, and it decomposes pretty quickly. And if you've got mix it with leaves in a compost pile, that's kind of an ideal 50-50 or 60% green material and 40% leaves, and it'll decompose pretty quickly.
210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Some other sales we have going on. Some more trees on sale. We have the crepe myrtle on sale, regularly $44.99, on sale 2 for $80.
What does it say anything about the specifics of how big are the crepe?
Yes. The reason is we had a gentleman during one of the breaks race up and ask where the white crepe myrtles were, and I didn't know. And I didn't know what size he wanted. And I just said, behind us, behind the greenhouses.
Of course,
but I didn't know if that was true or not. So. Wait a minute, I have to talk to that gentleman. He's got a nice Spartans, MSU hat on.
Oh.
We also have some blackberries on sale, regularly $29.99, on sale 2 for $50. Redbud trees on sale, 20% off.
They probably quit blooming now, huh? But they'll be back.
Yeah, it's a scattering around. There's a few lollygaggers, but it's also on the list. It's also permitted.
Yes.
You know what is blooming up a storm right now?
Yeah.
Lady Banksia rose.
Oh, yes.
And my article next Saturday is about the planting trees. And I included Lady Banks, just semi entertaining, because in my yard, I've got 2 examples. I've got one in full sun that it makes a pretty disciplined mound. Then I've got one that has been there for 30 plus 40 years that has been overgrown by the oak trees and mesquite, but it's still blooming up a storm because it's got 3-inch trunks, and it's found its way, each year finds its way to the sun. And so it's a combination of the live oak and the mesquite and the Lady Banks rose there makes a pretty thick forest-like situation, and there's examples of both the yellow and the white blooms that of Lady Banks. You didn't see any Lady Banksy rose over there, did you?
No, I did not. Not in the rose section. We've had them in the past
spring,
along the fence
last fall.
Yeah. So race over there during one of the breaks to see if we do.
Which is going to be
fabulous
right now.
Huh?
We're going to take a break right now, so maybe we can rush over
right
and see.
now.
Absolutely.
I can run over to the guy with the Spartan hat and
Yes.
see if he's MSU grad.
Yes, 210-308-8867. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 8867. Oh, we had someone that had a question, or did they?
Well, I thought she did, but then she saw we were the radio and shook us off.
I think that part scares a lot of people off, being on air. I know Mark went on an expedition to find out
Yeah, it
what
looked
we
like
have.
he and Mary, though, looked like they were honing in on one of our questions. I don't know which of those.
I'm not sure, but hopefully
But
we'll find out
I'm
soon
curious
enough.
about it. I meant to ask him to check those. Our geraniums too, to see what those colors are described as. Of course, the white is pretty obvious, but there's the orange red, and the red. Beautiful! Wow.
Absolutely. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. We have Bert from Comet on the line. How's it going?
Pretty good, guys. How are y'all?
Oh, we're
Real
doing
good.
good.
What's
Well,
up?
I wanted to ask several questions. Tree watering. What you were saying, the guy, someone earlier in the first hour of the show was wondering about tree watering, and I was just saying it's like I wanted to ask a question because I know most of the trees with rain and dew get a lot of water in their feeder roots from the drip line. Is that not correct?
Yeah, most of the water does come from the drip line area. A little bit out, a little bit in. And people always say, well, how far? A little bit out and a little bit in.
Well, I use a 5-gallon bucket. That's what I was saying. I drill a bunch of holes in the bottom of it and I rotate. But also, is it not essential, I won't say critical, to put one and fill it up once every 2 months close to the trunk of the trees?
Well, that's debated. Some are advocates, particularly during drought, that's essential for it. That actually during those periods the tree will pick up more moisture. However, there's another school of thought that says, well, those branches, those are next to the tree, those are support branches, and they have been totally, air quotes, superized. And what that means is they have bark on them, and bark is cork, and water can't get through cork. So that's the two schools of thought.
I was just thinking about the deep taproot on some of them, that they might need some, when it's a drought like we've had several years, that they might need a very good slow soaking.
Right. Generally, the taproot diminishes from a tree's total percentage of roots as the tree matures. So when it's young, it'll have a taproot. When it's older, it doesn't have a taproot anymore.
Okay, thank you. And then I know this is one of your favorites, Mark, tea roses and then the tea gardens. Now, was it they made teas from the roses, the rose hips themselves? Or was it just tea parties that they had in a rose garden?
Yes.
I got that.
Both answers are true. But, yeah.
Yeah, because I know acerola from harvesting them wild, walking down canals and bayous in Louisiana. They kind of grew naturally.
Right. And that's some places it's considered a pest. It's offshoot of what's called McCartney rose. And it's kind of, in some places, kind of a pest.
Yeah, they can be intrusive. That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right, and then you said we're at the northern edge of the Barbados cherry. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I still think you can grow it here, but just realize that every once in a while it'll nip it back. Sometimes nipping all the way to the bottom, but not so much. General.
Well, I like what the guy said. He's like, I just put a plastic garbage can over it. I was like,
There you
talk
go.
about creative thinking.
I was wondering if it was actually you describing your voice or disguising your voice, because that sounded just like something you would do.
It is, and it's a good. I call them insightful inflows when I hear that stuff from people. It's like, okay, good, cool. And the last thing is, I wanted to ask, do you all carry that 15% vinegar?
Last time I looked, yes. But that was like 6 or 7 weeks ago.
What was that?
So the strong vinegar. So it actually is 18% or more. Somewhere between 18 and 20% is what they sell. Now, always remember, I have always remember, but I have a disagreement with certain individual organic authorities. They just say the vinegar.
Yeah, because there's a lot of 5% vinegar.
Yeah.
I'm using the 5% as a coyote repellent.
But for the weed killer, the herbicide, you have to use strong plus 2 ounces of orange oil plus a squirt or 2 of liquid soap, dish soap.
Huh. Okay, yeah, I know liquid soap is the same thing with like insect repellent. It makes it stick.
Right, and so the formulation, like for fire ants, is slightly different. But for the weed killer, it's 20% vinegar, 18 to 20% vinegar, 2 ounces of orange oil, and the dish soap.
Okay, that's a basic, simple recipe.
Yeah.
Well, I have one question for any of you all that feels free to answer, if you please. I just saw for the second time when I went produce shopping, tomatoes. And so I bought them. I was like, okay, a brown tomato. This is very interesting. I want to try this. Is there any real, from what I gathered on the internet and looking it up before I spoke to you all, they say it does well in greenhouses. Is there any opinion from you three as to how it would do here? I'm just going to take one of the fruits off the vines and just throw it in a pot of soil and see what it does.
What is it? I don't understand.
It's a brown tomato, right? And it has plume. Is it plumato?
No, kumatos.
Kumato.
Kumato.
Okay.
It's a hybrid. It's not genetically manipulated. That much I know from my research. But I was just wondering.
I don't know too much about it. Calvin, do you know anything?
No, I don't know either. I just.
Well, then
we can see if there's any of the listeners out there that.
I was going to say, would you like to be our test case?
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Like this day, before the sun sets, I'll just take one fruit off the vine, and I'll just put it in a little pot of soil and see what it does.
All righty then. You're on recon, sir.
Hey, it's always nice to speak with you all. Thank you all, and have a very great weekend. I got any more questions or insights? Give a buzz tomorrow. Thank you very much.
All right.
We'll be looking forward.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Some other items we have on sale here at Millburgers, not necessarily plants or trees, bird bass, fountains, and bird bass and fountains.
Really, bird bass?
Yes, now on sale 10% to 50% off regular price on marked items only.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Well, that's kind of interesting, because one of the best ways to bring in a diverse set of bird species is to offer water, and here it's especially easy to do that in the San Antonio area, because you just they evaporate, you fill them up in the evening, and then by the next evening the water is evaporated again, so you just automatically fill them up, and in between you get lot of species of birds that take advantage of it. And, in one of my latest articles, I mentioned some of my favorite species, really. Those lesser goldfinches and mockingbirds. Cardinals, of course, are just crazy splashers. They really... doves, the big white-winged doves.
They're really splashers.
Yeah. You can get a typical, if you have a landscape that's got some pretty good cover, or some of the food plants that Mark and the rest of us have been talking about, it's easy to, in a bird bath, it's easy to end up with 14 or 15 species showing up in a typical day. If you're working in your kitchen and you kind of get a chance to look out and see the bird bath, or if you're working in your office, or even just in the evening, especially with daylight savings time, now you can see those species. And easy to get I've seen some solar recycling. Recirculating pumps that have been advertised and relatively inexpensive. The ones that I always had good luck with, and I still have good luck with, are just the plug-in electrical. And then there's battery operated too that work well. And they just keep, all it takes is a bird bath, and that recycling pump just keeps bringing the water back and forth, and again, it'll put up with the water getting low, and you just fill it up again, and then enjoy that bird action. And what a environmentally rewarding way to help the bird populations and also your landscape. You're not wasting water. It's a small amount of water, and you're getting a lot of action. And the kids love it. I mean, if they're watching those, they got those lesser goldfinches.
Not the kids in the bird bath, but they're watching it. Yes.
But they're on sale here. Huh?
Yes, they are.
So
what's it say about them? Anything?
Just now. Let's see.
So it's not based on size; it's all the sizes.
All sizes. 10 to 50% off regular price on marked items only. So whatever has a mark on them.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Gosh, that'd be a good way to use your $10 gift certificate for your blood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center, they're still out here till about 3 p.m. Walk-ins and appointments welcome. And even if you're not able to donate, even if you go and attempt, you'll get a $10 gift certificate here to Millburgers.
Consider me. I've it's been a while since I've tried to see if some of my medications are still on the list of not to be. They can't take my blood, but they've gotten more liberal, and they've figured out ways to be more. If a person has a desire and an interest in giving blood, they are quite resourceful in finding a way to take advantage of that.
While ago,
worth a test. Worth it to try it.
A long time ago, he was like banned. They actually shut the door when they saw him coming because of his many travels.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I said I'm not chasing women out there in South Africa or Borneo. I'm bird watching.
210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We've got about 15 minutes left in our show for today, so plenty of time to hear from you.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to call in, of course, we encourage that. And the other issue, whoa, what is that?
What do we have? What are you seeing?
That butterfly has got an unusual, look at that, black with a yellow.
Oh, right over here,
Oh, wow.
I see it.
I don't
Very
recognize
interesting.
that. Do you?
I don't recognize that one.
Oh.
I don't recognize that one.
Well, I'll have to get my reference, but I've got them in my truck because of the butterfly class that we gave.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark, we talked about the monarch and milkweed classes. What about your what is your latest film?
Well, we're going to do a video on Monday. I'm going to work with Lee Marlowe and Drake White.
Lee is still working with you.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. No, I haven't chased her off yet, or she hasn't left in disgust. So that's excellent. But we'll be talking about butterflies and pollinators and plants to assist both. And then I'm going to go to see Drake White, and she has a garden called the Nectar Bar. And she specializes in plants that provide nectar to butterflies, bees, hummingbirds, everything. So that'll be a couple of interesting ones. Currently, we just have a couple of videos on drought-tolerant perennials, including pollinators. So those are two really good videos. Go to the gardeningvolunteers.org website, and that will be the South Texas Gardening Volunteers, and you can just look at it and press the Go Gardening video tab and watch those. But just so happens you were correct. Yeah, I'm going to be working with Lee and Drake on the new videos for the upcoming month for April.
They sound good. The topics, of course, they're consistent with us working. All of us are working to help the monarch population maintain its numbers or improve its numbers.
Yeah.
And to learn more and more. That's what the goals of our we had kind of dual goals for these classes that we give. Number one is to arm the attendees with more information, more data and knowledge about the needs of the monarchs and the way to meet those needs. And then the second, just as important, was how what are better ways. This is not a simple. There's not simple answers to meeting the needs of monarchs. So let's do some exploration and see if we can't find some better techniques or at least some different techniques to try. And that's one of the reasons that we're trying planting, having gardeners that attend the classes plant stratified seed rather than entirely rely on the germinated seed. So we got, because transplanting is we go from 50% seed germination to 10% transplanting success.
As you always like to point out, true irony. It's so hard to transplant milkweed, but yet when it's in the ground, it is so hard to kill. So it's really, really ironic that one, it's hard to germinate, and two, it's hard to transplant, and three, well, once you get in the ground, all the farmers really dislike it because it's so hard to kill. But you need it. You need it for the monarchs. Thankfully, the last census in Michoacan and Oaxaca was that the population was up. The overwintering population was higher.
67%.
Yeah.
That's
so
it
was good. So we maybe, I don't want to say anything, but we may be helping out with.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because we
Definitely
don't-
the head. Yeah, there we go, the head. Yeah. But it's always two things, all right? Milkweed and nectar pollinator plants.
That's right. And those are always worthy topics. And in terms of horticulture and landscaping, they're both worthy topics for us to pursue and try to address. And we appreciate the gardeners that are willing to help us with that, too. We had a wonderful crowd today, and a lot of good questions, a lot of good comments, and adding in their experiences, and hopefully we'll get some wonderful pictures too, and some success with that new stratified seed. So we'll see.
For those seeds, how long until I guess they'll start seeing any results from that?
Well, that's the issue. Now the seed germinates. Once you stratify, it takes 45 days in the refrigerator.
Okay.
And then, but when you put it out in a container or in the garden, most of those seeds only take a couple weeks to germinate. There is that butterfly that is just orange. Oh, wow. Very striking. Get me... makes it hard for me to concentrate when a beautiful new butterfly species comes.
We're going to do the tease right now. Tease for tomorrow. Calvin's going to figure out it's that striking butterfly, black and gold.
And we need to find out. We didn't find out. Somebody sent me an email saying that we had the dwarf porterweed that showed up, the red dwarf.
No, yeah,
but we
didn't
hadn't
find
seen any.
Yeah. We'll have to go look. Maybe it was inside. Maybe it was inside the greenhouse. Tucked away.
Maybe there were just a few, or maybe it's in one of the racks that they haven't unpacked yet. There's just a huge number of new plants coming in. So, there's some of those wonderful petunias too.
So yeah, a lot of great plants here. I'm going to pick up some geraniums one of these 2 days. So get a moment.
Our new gold lantanas are blooming up a storm, and so is our lavender there. I don't see any of the whites. These maybe are the whites over down closest to us, but they're not covered. Oh yeah, there are a few blooms, but not a lot. But the lavender has got quite a few blooms. And then the new gold is coming into a real blooming period too, and lots of different. What did I hear somebody say? Tropical. Hibiscus, tropical hibiscus.
Yeah, so that's one of the items on sale. I don't see it. They're usually up in front by the outdoor cashier, so I haven't seen that. But those are extremely beautiful.
I like those in a container.
Yes.
On a sunny patio.
Yeah, those big reddish flowers on that, but in a container. I think it makes it more attractive and then easier in the wintertime to take care of. Because they will die back, and you want to be able to take care of those.
Well, I want to thank Lulu for her advice on how to winterize the porterweed, and also I used the same advice to bring my whopper begonias through the winter, and I've got them. I'm replanting them into the landscape, mostly in containers, and they seem to have survived well and are prospering. The whoppers, especially, are pretty tolerant of. Yeah, go ahead, just replant me. Just give me some soil, some water, and and some shade, and we'll do all right. So, what else have we got, Alex? What tomorrow, or anything special coming up?
Not that let's see.
So the sale continues.
The sale continues. From my viewing and from information from Al, no rain in the forecast for this next week.
No rain ever again for San Antonio. No more.
We have some empty green plastic hanging baskets with the hanger. They're on sale. Regularly $2.99, now 2 for $4. I know we said we didn't have the Boston.
How about that pre-emergent? Is that still
I do
on
not
sale?
See. We have Osmocote on sale.
Oh, okay. It sounds like
It's the
no more pre-emergence on sale.
No.
Always remember that with additional rainfall, that you may want to put out some additional pre-emergent come April or May.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have a slightly different schedule, and so does Calvin, but it's essentially every 2 months.
Every 2 months.
During the springtime.
Like I said earlier, Boston fern, they are not available right now, but the asparagus fern is available. Regularly $24.99, on sale $22.22.
Do they say anything about foxtail?
Foxtail fern is on sale.
So foxtail and the asparagus fern are pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Foxtail fern regularly $12.99, on sale $8.88 each, or 3 for $25.
Well, they talk about the shade trees.
They do.
They talk about the CPS green tree rebate, and it's about 5-gallon sizes available for $49.99. And you get the $50 CPS rebate is available. So, gosh, they're emphasizing that you could get that tree for cover the entire cost through a CPS rebate. Your energy bill would go down.
And you know what? I've always made a big thing about make sure it's on the east, west, south, or west side, south or west sides. Well, I went back and looked at the website. They took off the north part, too. So you can plant it anywhere around your house. And they liberalized the permitted trees. So go ahead and look at that application. It is fairly liberal, and you can plant your trees anywhere around the house.
It just surprises me that they include citrus.
Yeah, you're going to figure that out?
I think they figured it out. I don't know.
Oh, you figured it out?
That wasn't me.
All right.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah. So is that Calvin? I'm sorry. Yeah.
The citrus is kind of.
Oh yeah, it does. I have had a lot of people comment on that to me, and I went. Well, one is I don't.
Lemon as an energy saver. Huh?
Yeah. So the original view of it being an energy saver, I'm not so much. But you know what? I'm no longer in charge of that or have any input into that. So I'm just kind of happy.
Environmentally, tree planting, they may have adopted a different philosophy. The tree planting is desirable for climate change and a lot of issues. So, we'll have to explore that further.
Yeah, they have a lot of options. And we have those options here at Millburgers, and it is a great program. Up to 5 trees, lifetime. And it's a $50 rebate credit on your bill, which could be substantial, depending on the time of year.
I mean, it's getting warmer now, so I feel like definitely now would be the best time to definitely look into this. Well, thank you again for tuning in to this Saturday to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon.